Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Welcome back, y'all! Today, we're switching gears again and moving over to lighting a new Lego set, one of my favorite types of projects. And today, we have a special one in store. The Lego Batmobile from the Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. Now, I don't know if this is a popular opinion or not, but I actually really enjoyed that particular movie. I thought it was a wonderful take on Batman. And this Batmobile was awesome in it. This is a little different from my other builds in that this actually has bricks that light up already included with the set. Now, y'all know me well enough to know that that's never enough. So once we've got this thing built, we'll take a look at those light bricks and then we'll add a light kit to it and see how we can enhance this. But as with all of these builds, the first step is always getting the set complete. So let's get into the build montage. And here is the finished base model, and I've gone freehand here on the camera to give you guys a good look at what we've got here, because this is actually a really nice piece. Coming in, you can see we've got the flames coming out the back, we've got this engine, and there's a nice little mechanic. You can see the pistons in the engine are moving as we roll the vehicle, and the flame spins as well. So that's actually really nice. Also, this right here, if you push it down, boom, some red light. Now, that's not particularly impressive. Nice, but not particularly impressive. We're certainly going to be fixing that. Coming on up, you can see we've got a nice little interior here. And I'll swing around and show you the other side. Here, let's swing the car a little bit here. Coming on inside, you can see we've got all this wonderful little detail here on the dash, the steering wheel. I mean, all in all, a nice interior. Not perfect, but good. Coming up to the front, this little switch here, you got to reach in and push, but hey, what do you know? You get a little yellow light here for no apparent reason. Not sure what that's for, but there it is. And the hood can come up, though there's really not a whole lot to see in there. You can see this though, which is controlled by this mechanism. You twist it, you can see it turns the front wheels. So all in all, not too bad. I wish there was some glass on the doors and the front windshield here. I think that would have really made it better. There's some serious gapping. I mean, you can see straight through the car in a lot of places. That's kind of their Technic thing though. I mean, it is what it is. The front of the vehicle does look nice. But you can't really see all of that wonderful detail there because of the lighting. Now you go like this, you can see a little bit, but not too much. So we are going to fix some of those lighting issues. I can't wait. So let's go ahead and get the light kit out and take a look at what we got. Okay, so here we have the light kit, and this is actually a new brand for me. I've never used this. Not even sure how to pronounce this. Is this what, KYGlaring or KYGlaring, or I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. But the promo images were nice. This actually was, in my opinion, the best of the ones available out there. The ones like light tailing and whatnot actually had lights I didn't think belonged. There were a couple of extra like fog lights on the bumper that weren't there in the movie. So I thought I would give this a shot and see if it's any good. Not a lot to it. Little thank you, some company information on the back, small picture of the final product, and in this case I did get the premium package, which has a remote control and supposed to have sound as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. Let's take a look at what's inside. Wow, this is tight. There it goes. All right, so inside we do indeed have a remote control. Okay, that looks like a circuit board, USB for power, I'm guessing. So this is probably the main power distribution circuit board and possibly the remote. This, I can't tell if that's a couple of light bars or what that is. Okay, definitely some lights, more lights, which is good. More lights. Man, these lights are pretty good, and this one's got some bricks on it, so it looks like we're going back and forth between just plain strips and actual bricks that will attach. It looks like a pass-through circuit board with maybe a light on it. Another circuit board. I'm guessing this will be the speaker. Yeah, it definitely looks like a speaker to me. And of course, the power brick. Not likely to use this one. I've got one with batteries in it already, but it's nice to have. Nice to have. Let's see here. Okay, we've got a controller manual. Cool. And I'm hoping the instructions. Oh. Okay, user manual. Yeah, your basic how-tos on stringing cable. A business card of some sort. Oh, with a QR code for instructions. and the paper instructions. All right, nice. I look forward to seeing how this goes. I know most of the paper instructions, or the instructions for these kits altogether, not particularly good, but that's why we're doing this video, right? So let's go ahead and bring out the first pack 1 here, and start seeing what we need to do to get this thing installed. Okay, so these instructions suck. Okay, they really do. So I'm going to explain to you as best I can what I've interpreted the instructions to mean, and we'll see about implementing it. Now, what looks like it's supposed to happen first is you take the backing off of the light strip here, okay? And you're gonna wanna put it right about here in the center of this flat panel here on the roof of the vehicle. Once you've done that, you can take the cable, and you can attach this before or after you put the strip on there. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna string it behind this support bar, so it's gonna come in through behind this support bar, and then straight down this hole right here. You're gonna bring it all the way up this way, and there's like a hole right, oh, there you go. This center hole right here on this piece. You're gonna push it through, then wrap it around again and push it through a second time to give it a little support and stability. You're gonna drag it right up along here, and once you get to this hole, right before the last red push pin, you're gonna push it through, and it's gonna come through all 3 of these and then out the center, and we're gonna leave it loose there for now. So let me go ahead and see if we can't actually do that. Okay, looks like we've got that first step completed. Looks like the only part of that I was wrong on is over here. It doesn't go behind this support, it actually goes through the hole here in the middle. If you just go behind it, when you string it down this hole, it gets all tangled up in the seats and it ends up looking pretty ugly. By doing it here, it makes it nearly invisible on the inside, which is great, and it keeps it on the passenger side of the vehicle. And then the cable will come down, I don't know if you can see it right there, through the hole, wrap around, and then you bring it all the way through to this second one, and it pops right through, and we've got this loose cable here. So part 1 is done. Excellent. All right, here we are with part 2. Part 2 has this little distribution board here, and we have this very long, flexible strip of LEDs. We've got 2 of these clear bricks with LEDs on the inside. I'm guessing these are going to be the headlights. We got 2 of those. We have an extension cable. And we have us, well, I think I might have actually already brought this up, the distribution board. All right, let's see how we go about installing these. Okay, first up, we've got a little bit of disassembly here. It looks like this entire upper portion of the bumper is gonna need to come off. So we just pull a little bit here. There we go. So we have the bumper. We can pull this out as well. Wow, that does not want to come out. I'll figure it out later. But we also want to take these clear pieces here, which indeed serve as the headlights, and we'll pull those off as well. And you might notice, all right, we'll too much came off there. That's okay though. We'll get that in. All right. You might notice that these have 2 layers of bricks, and you're going to want to take those apart as well. I believe we're going to be replacing one of those layers. And if you'll notice, these are the flat clear bricks, and these ones actually have studs on them. I believe the studs are the ones that we're going to be replacing, but let me get this one off and we'll get right into it. Okay, so this is where things are going to get a little interesting here. The clear pieces we just removed with studs are going away. Those are permanently gone now. You take the clear piece that they provide and you want to put the smaller cover on the end without the cable. Whoop. And the longer one on the end with the cable, just like that. And when you're placing it down, okay, make sure the cable goes towards the inside. This long strip light here is actually going to go under the rim of the hood end here. So it's going to go right in here, all the way across. Make sure the cable comes out on this side. Okay, that is the passenger side when it's flipped this way. And what's going to happen is all of the cables from all of these parts, they're going to come right down here and here, depending on obviously which side you're on, so that they will come out right around in this area. Okay. All right, this next bit's a little confusing here. We've got our distribution board, and all 3 of our cables right here are going to plug into it. They're going to go underneath this. They're going to go right underneath these supports here and here on either side, come into the center, connect to the distribution board, which will then be stuck right on the back side of this, which I'll show you when I'm done. Here's where the confusing part comes in. We do have this extension, but I can't tell on the instructions where it's supposed to go. My belief is it will plug into this distribution board along with the other cables, and it will come up through the middle, just right through the support hole, the holes in the support posts, up to meet with this guy here in the center. So that's what I'm going to do. But it is very, very unclear in the instructions. So here's hoping I get it right. Okay, that seems to have worked so far. I did take this extension cable, I pushed it through the center hole here, and I brought it through. I'm not sure if I should push it through this other center hole or not. I mean, it does meet up with this. It seems to have the length. If I push it through there, it's going to cut the length a little bit, but we'll see when the time comes. There we go. Where exactly it's supposed to go. I actually do like it through there. It's a little neater. And that is where we're at the moment. And that actually finishes off pack 2. So let's pull out pack 3 and see what comes next. Okay, y'all, so here we have pack 3, and this one actually looks like it's going to be fairly simple to accomplish. We have 1 distribution board, we have 2 of these strip lights, and then an extension cable. And these are going to be for the brake lights. So coming in, we've got the car upside down, okay? And there's a little hole right here between the support and these brake lights. And what you're going to want to do is take the strip light and you basically feed it down, pull the backing off first, of course, and then you feed it down, and you want to try and get the LEDs there to line up with the brake lights themselves, the little bars. Once you've done that, the cable itself will come right through here, right around here, and up through this hole right here. And then you can do the same for the other side. And then both the brake light cables and the extension cable will plug into the distribution board, which will go here. Now, the extension cable is going to come back through this hole on the driver's side, come around through the supports here. It's going to come all the way up just over here, and there's another hole right here. I'm putting my tweezers in it. That the cable will come back through, and then these two gray supports, it'll go through the center hole there so that it comes right up into this center cavity where the other two cables have terminated. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get this one done. Okay, and there it is. I don't know if you can see it, but yes, all of them are in there, both sides. And the cable does indeed come right through, right here. Here's the distribution board, and this cable comes through. I used the bottom, though I'm not sure that it really matters. You definitely don't want to go in the center. You don't want it to get caught on the spoke here, but going through the holes should help. And then it comes through right over this post into here, through the center of this, and terminates right in the same cavity with the rest of them. That was fairly easy. On to pack 4. All right, this one's going to be a little interesting here with pack 4. We have this string of 6 lights. Each of them has their own little black stud. Should be easy, right? Well, let's find out. As near as I can tell, because once again, the instructions are the next best thing to useless. We're supposed to take off the little flames on either side of the hood here, okay? Then starting on the driver's side with the flame that is closest to the steering wheel, we're going to use this end, the one that does not have the plug, okay? These LEDs rotate in here, so try to make the LED facing out. I know one end of these is going to plug into the blue. I'm pretty sure it's the wide end, but that means that we've got to orient it so that the light is facing the other direction. The LED is facing the other direction. Each stud, you're going to want to make sure, like this one right here is got the LED facing the wrong direction as far as I can tell. So that's one thing you're going to want to make sure of. The other item is once you reach here, the third piece right here, what you're supposed to do is kind of string the cable down into this gap, except that there's not really a gap there, okay? That red post attaches it. So basically we string it through and then just string it right along the bottom, back up the same way. 1, 2, 3, okay? At which point it will come right back down through here. And then it's supposed to go down past the engine into here, which will put it right in that cavity where everything else is terminated. So let's see how this goes. I may end up disassembling a little bit here to get the cable to fit a little better and be a little more hidden. But, well, let's see what we can do. Okay, here we go. We've got all 6 here. I did have to pop this out here and kind of rotate everything down and get the cable down on the inside. It really actually wasn't going to fit otherwise. On the inside here, it's really hard to tell with all the black cables and black piece. But here is where the power cable goes, and it goes down straight through and comes out right here with all of the rest of the termination. So that is 4 of them done, all terminating in the same spot. So this is good. And we are moving on to pack 5. All right, here we are with pack 5. And this is a kind of a big pack here. We've got 6 black studs, which we're actually gonna have to double up. So might as well just go ahead and get that over with now. And we've got us a distribution board. Again, pretty long one. We got 5 of these single LEDs with the red and black cabling. As near as I can tell, the lengths on all of them are identical. When I opened my pack, the LEDs were actually all attached to each other. I had to break them apart. So be careful if you have to do that. And we have another extension. So here's what we're going to be doing. First, we got to do a little bit of disassembly. Step 1 is we pull this off, okay? And then we'll pull the blade, the lightning, flames, whatever you want to call it, we'll pull those out. Next up, this gear right here has to come off. Now this is very, very important that this gear comes off. Because that is the gear that enables this to spin, and we are losing that functionality here because if it continues to spin, it's going to put tension on the cables, so everything's going to get twisted up, things will break, you know, bad news all around. So, you know, we've got that. Right there, that's nice. Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these cables here and you're gonna have to string it through where the flames go. So just string it straight through, just like that. Make sure that the LED is facing in the correct direction, as per usual. Do a little bend here. And then you take one of the double black studs that we just put together, put it right on there, and when you're all done, the flame will go in, and then we will reassemble. Let me finish this and I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so here we have all of the cables out. Now, here's a very important part of this. You want to take all 3 cables and you kind of want to twist them all together to make basically one cable. That's going to make the next stages easier. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, with that done, we can put this back in place. I'm honestly not even sure. Yeah, it went here. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now this cable is going to go underneath all of this. Now you could potentially push it through the holes in the supports if you really wanted to make your life harder, but you don't have to. Just push it underneath the whole assembly and straight through, so it'll come out right there. And now we've got to flip the vehicle over. All right, on this side, what we're going to want to do is actually pull this entire flame assembly here off. This whole thing. And here's where things get fun. We want to put the LED right in there so that this will pop on top somehow. I'm honestly not entirely sure how that's going to work, but it is what it is as far as that goes. And the cable itself is going to go down right through the hole, and you repeat it over here. So let's see if I can actually do this. Okay, wow, these things are an absolute pain in the butt. I really hope I got them in without breaking anything. It did not want to go together. We won't know until I plug everything in, but I'm concerned that that's a little tight and the cables may have snapped, but I hope not. We'll find out here in a minute. But now we've got to channel it, so we've got to flip it over. Okay, so here are the two cables that we just did, and they're going to go underneath these supports here in the middle. Just like this, and same with the other one. Okay, twist them together to make a single cable. And then they're going to go right through this hole right here. This time we do have to do both. It wasn't too hard, I think. There we go. All right, and now we have all 5 of those leads coming in right in this area. All of them are going to plug in to this, which will then attach right here, and we will have the extension plugged into it as well. So there you have it. Your distribution board is right there. Now we've got to finish stringing this, which should be fairly simple. Looks like, well, let me take a look at the instructions just to make sure I know what I'm doing. One second. Okay. So this cable is basically going to go underneath these supports here, up into the center. Let's see if I can get it in there somehow, and then figure out how to grab it. Wow. This is harder than it looks. There's just no room for my big fingers. Okay, get some tweezers in there, and oh, gotcha. Haha. All right, and with that, it'll go right through the center hole of this support and join all of the other terminations. Now, here's where things are going to deviate a little bit. If you have the classic package, this is basically where you're done. You have a distribution board. That distribution board will connect to the USB extension as well as all of these, and then it gets placed here. But this is not the classic version. This one has the remote control and the sound, so we've got a little more to do yet. Okay, for pack 6 here, we've got 3 of these strip lights and 3 extension cables. These extension cables come in 3 different lengths. We've got short, medium, and large. And we're going to kick things off by going with the large one. And we just put it in one side of these strip lights. Okay, now we're going to leave this alone for the moment. Then we'll take the medium into another side. And we will plug both ends of the medium cable together. And then the short cable will plug in here. Well, if it'll go in. There we go. All right. So now we have all of this set, and what we're going to be doing, we're putting the undercarriage lights on. So we're going to bring the vehicle out upside down once more. All right, we're going to kick things off with the strip that has the long cable in it. And let's take the backing off here, if I can. Okay, and this strip will go right under the front bumper. Center it as best you can. Boom. Okay, we got the cable coming out towards the passenger side, and it's going to go under this support here. Wow, there it goes. Okay, under that support, through this hole in that support to come out here. And then it's going to come through this hole. And here, we're going to plug it in to the strip connected to the medium extension. All right, let me take the backing off, and this is going to go right about there, give or take. So let's get the backing off, get that in place. Okay, now let me see if I can figure out how to string this through. Okay, that was a pain, but basically the cable comes right along here, goes down underneath, right through here, underneath, all the way through, back up here and over, and this last one's going to attach here. When we're finished, this shorter cable will go into this hole right here and all the way through all three into the center cavity along with all of the other cables. So let's go ahead and get that done. And there you have it. We now have termination for all 6 packs right here in the center. And we're on to the next step. Okay, this is the board that you'll need for the remote control. It will also be present in the sound version, so they're both in here. Here's the deal. Okay, this plug right here is where the USB power will go. This is where the speaker will go. And then these are for all of the leads. Now they're backwards, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't really matter which one goes in, just that these numbers will correspond to the numbers on your remote. So if you care about making sure pack 1 is in port 1, that is totally up to you, but it is not necessary. But let me go ahead and get all of this plugged in and see where we go from there. Okay, so here we are. We've got everything all plugged in. We've got our USB cable plugged in, and there is some backing on here. I'm not going to take it off just yet because I'm not ready to. But once you're ready, you can just throw it in like this, stick it down, you're good to go. But first, for this kit, we're going to do the speaker. So we've got this wonderful speaker, and we've got this. And as near as I can tell, the speaker is going to plug in to this port here. Just like that. And then we'll take the extension that came with the circuit board, and we'll plug that puppy in right here. Whoa. Just like that. Now that cable here is going to go in there. But first, I want to get the speaker in place. Now the speaker, you want to be in here somewhere, but of course you want it to go through the bottom so that the cabling goes through that way and doesn't interfere with the stuff that's already going through. There is some sticker stuff on the back, but at this point it's really just getting the stickers off, putting this where it goes, and we should be done. So let me get to that and see how this goes. All right, and that is the final look for my build. And now is the moment of truth. Time to plug this thing in, see if it works. So how was that for a completed product? Man, this thing is awesome. It does have a little bit of an issue. I don't know if you can see it in there, but the speaker and the circuit board, the double-sided tape they use on the back, it does not hold worth a crap. So get your own if you want to keep this relatively secure. But, you know, other than that, it does obviously work. What you saw there was what they call mode 1. Now, there are 3 modes. Mode 3 I can't show you because it actually uses the Christopher Nolan Batman music and I don't want to get copyright struck. But this is mode 2, which, you know, a couple of sound effects and it flashes the brake and headlights for some reason. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. There you go. But the flames also differ in intensity as it goes. But, you know, nothing too spectacular. Mode 1, of course, is my personal favorite. All right, now each set of lights actually has its own sound effect associated with it, and you can turn them all on individually. So the interior is number 1. And the headlights are number 2. Number 3 is the brake lights and has that braking sound. 4 and 5 actually has the same sound effect, but that's these lights. And 6 is the undercarriage. So, you have a lot of options when it comes to how you want to display this with the lights and the sound. This is absolutely incredible. I will say, if you want the sounds to match the sound effect, or excuse me, the lights to match the sound effects, you're gonna have to make sure, excuse me, that you plug each set of lights into the proper ports. Instead of just doing it willy-nilly. I was right about which numbers on the remote control correspond to which port, but if you want to match the lights and sound effects, you're going to have to get it right. Anyway, that's about it for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.